healthy shops that suggest lifestyles to consumers are recently gaining popularity. Why are companies ranging from conglomerates to small firms jumping into the lifestyle sector? A female CEO who has advanced into the manufacturing sector dominated by large firms with just one idea. Chief Executive Romi Haan provides tips on successfully launching startups. Development of flexible paper batteries that will bring forward the era of wearables. What is the core principle of this battery technology that enables it to bend using paper materials? D2D technology that enables devices close to one another to directly communicate without going through base stations. What is its core principle and how will D2D communications change our future? Rare earth elements are considered as the top underground resource in the 21st century. What is the status of North Korea's underground resources and how far have they been developed?
Hello, I'm Andrew Salmon and welcome to Bizline. Now, we begin today's show by looking at the latest retail trend in Korea, the so-called lifestyle store. Now, these stores not only sell a wide range of products, they also suggest an entirely new lifestyle to their customers. So, what goes on inside? Let's take a look.
What stores are springing up nowadays on the hip and trendy streets crowded with young people? Fashion stores, coffee shops, or outdoor stores? Recently, stores called lifestyle shops are gaining popularity. The place that offers all the living items we need and even suggests our lifestyles. This is the hottest shopping mall in Seoul's Yeongdeungpo district. The place is crowded with people as it is Friday. We visited Modern House, one of the most popular shops in this place. It is displaying more than 8,000 types of items related to our life, ranging from designer furniture, living items, kitchenware, bathroom products to interior items. It brings in the latest products every 2 to 3 weeks, so many trend-sensitive young customers enjoy shopping here. You can easily pick the goods you need at cheap prices and one-stop shopping.
아무래도 최신 상품이 한 곳에 모여 있고 그리고 특히 좋은 상품들이 가격이 저렴하게 다양하게 진열되어 있어서 자주 이용하는 편이고요. 또 구입을 해보면 품질이나 이런 면에서도 다른 이제 백화점의 비싼 상품들 이런 것에 비해 이렇게 떨어지거나 그러진 않거든요. 그리고 이제 선물하거나 이럴 때 자주 이용합니다.
Product merchandisers who are seasoned housewives personally travel to about 20 countries around the world and bring in the products. And 80% of its products are self-developed products.
합리적인 가격에 또 질 높은 상품을 공급하기 위해서 직접 소싱하는 것을 원칙으로 하고 있어요. 그래서 사입하는 제품의 비율은 최대한 낮추고 이제 저희 MD들이 직접 해외로 나가서 소싱하거나 그리고 자체적으로 디자인해서 생산하는 상품들이기 때문에 뭐 유통이든지 유통부터 뭐 생산까지 저희가 다 담당하고 있기 때문에 이제 원가 절감이 확실히 될 수 있었던 거죠.
Select shops that have been selling various fashion items in one place have evolved into lifestyle shops. Without having to look around many shops, consumers can experience, compare, and buy various products in one space. It's fun to choose from thousands of items, so it's perfect for customers to spend time by themselves or with friends and lovers.
소비자들이 오프라인에서 하고자 싶어하는 구매하는 목적들이요. 필요한 것들을 재빨리 선택해서 사는 그런 형태의 구매가 아니고요. 여가 시간을 보내듯이 마치 쇼핑을 하나의 즐거운 놀이로서 경험하고 싶어하고 그런 경험의 공간으로서 라이프스타일이 굉장히 중요한 하나의 놀이 공간, 체험의 공간이 되고 있는 거죠.
Eland has opened a fast living-oriented lifestyle shop, Butter, in the streets of Hongik University, seen as one of the hottest places for young people. You can meet about 2,000 living items ranging from stationaries, fancy products to interior items at about $9. Its strategy to release about 200 new products every 2 weeks is gaining favorable responses from the customers. Thanks to the uniqueness of its products and surprisingly low prices, it is rapidly going viral on SNS amid rising popularity among its main target customers in their teens, 20s, and 30s.
대학생이라서 뭐 자취를 하거나 하진 않지만 그냥 이런 데 와서 이렇게 더 독특한 디자인의 상품들을 보면서 그냥 혹시 이런 것도 집에 두고 싶다 이런 생각도 들게 하고 여자친구랑 같이 오면은 되게 할 얘기도 많아지는 것 같고 더 구경할 게 많아서 좋은 것 같아요.
While large firms' stores are armed with huge land and quantity of products, small and independent lifestyle shops owned by individuals are also gaining popularity among enthusiasts. In Seoul's Seocheon district, you can feel the atmosphere of the old times and find charming, simple stores in every corner of the streets. You can also find lifestyle shops all over the place.
여기는 저희가 좋아하는 것들만 모아놓은 조그만한 상점입니다. 선물 상점이라고 보시면 되는데 저희가 여행을 좋아해서 여행하면서 하나둘씩 모은 물건들도 있고요. 뭐 외국에서 사는 친구들한테 예쁜 거 하나씩 받아오는 물건도 있고 직수입하는 물건도 있고 그냥 토탈적으로 라이프 스토어로서 그냥 집에서 편안하게 쓸 수 있는 식기라든지 예쁜 인형들이라든지 그런 것들 파는 상점입니다.
This store is displaying products the owner has collected with personal taste. It exudes a mysterious atmosphere like a gift store from a fairy tale by displaying products created by less-known designers and limited edition products from overseas. Passerbys who visited the store looked marveled and amused as if they had found a treasure chest.
요즘은 개성을 많이 중요시하는 추세인 것 같아서요. 그 가게들도 개성이 좀 묻어나야 되는데 가게 주인의 취향이나 가게 주인이 하는 작업이나 이런 것들이 반영되는 그런 작은 샵들이 많이 생기는 것 같고 사람들도 그런 가게들을 많이 찾아다니는 것 같아요.
In this way, lifestyle shops are gradually evolving, expanding its territory from large company-owned shops to individual-owned stores. As the lifestyle sector is only in its beginning stages right here in Korea, people are eyeing how it will grow going forward.
한국 같은 경우는 라이프스타일 샵이 지금 한참 진출 중에 있고요. 그 초기 단계이기 때문에 아직 각자의 색깔들이 명확하지는 않습니다. 그래서 다양한 형태의 라이프스타일이 출현함에 따라서 사람들이 원하는 어떤 모습들이 있을 거예요. 그것들을 조금 더 세분화해서 뭐 젠 스타일이라든지 뭐 북유럽이라든지 아니면 저가의 젊은 사람들을 겨냥한다든지 이런 형태로 계속해서 세분화하고 자신만의 색채를 강화하는 그런 노력이 필요할 것 같습니다.
By limitlessly crossing the borderlines of brands, products, and industries, lifestyle shops are showing off their potential energy in the online and offline markets. The trend in which consumers can shop unique, cheap products while having a good time will definitely create a large sensation in the retail industry.
Our guest today is a triple whammy on the Korean business scene. Firstly, she's a self-made entrepreneur, not a blue-chip executive or an inheritor of wealth. Secondly, she's an inventor and an innovator rather than a follower and a second mover. Thirdly, she is a woman who's made it in an intensely male-centric business environment. And now she wants to change the way the world consumes its beverages. Founder and CEO of HAAN Corporation, Romi Haan. Welcome to Bizline.
Hello.
Hey, good to see you.
Good to see you.
Romi, let's start off. For those who don't know about you, how did you get started in business, and what was the big idea?
I was working housewife, and it was one of the most hated household chores for women in Korea to clean the floor every day on our hands and knees because we live on their floor. We live their feet, so it has to be extremely clean every day.
Right.
And one day I came up with this idea: if I clean it with steam, it'll be much cleaner, and then I can just put a tube on an iron, a steam iron, and make it a steam mop. Yeah.
Okay, so a combination iron, mop, you made it into one device. What happened next? Did it take off?
once I had the idea, I said to myself, it's a rocket science era. How difficult would it be?
To make this, right?
Right.
Yeah.
So I quit my job. I was kind of an official in the Ministry of Education.
Okay.
In Korea, civil servants are considered pretty well positioned.
Yeah.
So my parents, of course, they didn't like the idea.
They didn't like the idea of you being an entrepreneur, right? Yeah.
Right. But then I trusted my idea and my instinct. I just went off.
And I mean, in those days, how difficult was it to raise capital? Where did the money come from?
When you start a brick and mortar company, you use your own money. You don't expect venture capital funds or somebody else to invest in you, right? So obviously I mortgaged my house. That was the first one.
Okay.
And then a lot of things happened in the middle. And so I had my in-laws mortgage their home.
Well,
At the end,
yeah.
I had my parents mortgage their home. So I pretty much had everybody's fate in my hands.
You had 3 houses up for. Okay, gotcha.
Right.
But the good news was the product took off, didn't it?
Exactly.
Yeah. Okay. And that's kind of made the company. How did you protect? Now, Korea is somewhat notorious for being very, very full of fast-moving companies, which will see a product and then they'll make their own version of it. How did you defend yourself as a small entrepreneur against the big boys who must have thought, "Wow, a new product category, we'll make one too"?
Actually, it took about 5 years from the time I started the business, and then people actually recognized the product and really took off. As soon as I started making it, I had
money, right?
right.
Yeah.
I had companies,
Yeah.
small, big, conglomerates, foreign, big brands, Chinese brands, all jumping
grabbing the
onto the
idea,
product. At least 1 or 2 products in a month
Wow.
came up. Copycats.
Yeah.
For like almost a year. So you can imagine the market was just bombarded with
Sure.
copycats.
So, I mean, how
And-
did you position and defend yourself
Right,
against
so
this,
that's when
this onslaught?
I changed the brand into HAAN.
Yeah.
I was thinking, how can I let people know how I developed this product, how much work and how much effort and time and energy went
Yeah.
into this. And one day I was thinking, maybe I should let them know HAAN is the originator. HAAN is the one who created this whole product.
So you
And HAAN
identified the brand with your own name
Exactly.
and your idea. Okay.
Right.
And has that been a successful strategy?
Yeah, I guess. Now HAAN is the number 3 brand after Samsung and LG in Korea. So that's a pretty big achievement, especially
this-
in appliance.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Now, okay, that was just your first product. Now, I understand you've come up with a whole range of other new, funky and interesting products, mainly for the female market. Tell us a couple of them.
I didn't want to be a follower.
Yeah.
Especially I was able to achieve something that not many women could, in the sense that there are at least 50% of consumers women.
Right.
And
And in my household, the women control the money, believe me. Yeah.
And not many women have the engineering, capability.
Sure.
So once I was able to manage those two, I was determined and I felt I was destined to help women's lives better. And anything that I could see to solve problems, to make people's lives easier. For example, I had a lot of steamers, of course, like garment steamers. I had water sanitizer. You turn regular water into Clorox for 2 hours. After 2 hours, it becomes regular water again. And I have like dishwasher, semi-automatic dishwasher that I'm just finishing up.
Okay.
It'll be launched this year.
Okay.
And I also have
What's the innovation in this dishwasher?
in Korea, most houses have conventional dishwashers in their kitchen,
Yeah.
but it just takes up a lot of space. Not many people really use them because it takes too much water, energy, and it's too big for one meal. It's too small for 2 meals, and also the shape of bowls. A lot of these dishwashers are designed for Western
bowls and cutlery.
right,
Yeah, yeah.
like rather dishes.
Yes.
But Korean cuisine requires like bowls and right. So
Yeah, sure. It's a different system.
right.
Yeah.
I mean, so it's hard to clean with water.
Yeah.
And my system, it's just automatic spinning
Okay.
dishwasher.
Designed specifically for the
For-
interior for Asian cooking utensils or Korean cooking
It could
utensils.
be Korean kitchen utensils, but
Yeah.
also for dishes as well.
Yeah,
you
got
know.
you. Okay. Now, I understand you will be bringing a completely new product to market very, very soon. And this one has not been developed in-house, has it? It was something that someone brought to you. Tell us about that.
Right. So it's a capsule beverage system. You're probably familiar with capsule coffee system.
Sure.
It's a little similar in the sense that we use capsule to make beverage, but
So
then
capsule, just to add water.
exactly.
chug, yeah.
So we have about almost 600 different ranges of capsules. So we have a complete range of coffee as well. So we can have hot coffee, coffee, hot latte, cold latte, but also we have carbonated juice or carbonated drink like cola, Fanta, marshmallow, cream soda,
Marshmallow. Yeah.
anything but 100% natural.
Good luck with this. But let's come back to you, Romi. You are a woman doing business in Korea. As I said earlier, it's a very male-dominated business scene. What were the key barriers to you doing business as a woman in Korea?
Do you have all day?
Could you compress it down for us? This is a 1-hour show. Yeah.
Right. When I started my business, especially, it's been only like 15 years, but then the country seems to have really changed, and now we see a lot of women in business, and even in job employment sites, we have a lot of women employed.
Sure.
But when I started 15 years ago, there were not many businesswomen.
And you're not just a businesswoman, you're the founder of a company with sales of $120 million a year. You're pretty unique in this environment, aren't you?
Right. So especially in appliance business,
Yeah.
it's hard to imagine that a woman can start her own business in appliance, right? So
When you say it's hard to imagine, who finds it hard to imagine?
So I'll give you an example.
Yeah.
I applied for a government fund, and the person who came to evaluate us, he wasn't a civil servant or anything. He was just subcontracted to evaluate businesses. And the moment he sat down, the first question he asked was, "So, what kind of business did your husband bankrupt that you have to front his business?"
Oh, I see.
When I go back,
Right.
I can just type in his social security number and find out what happened.
What
So
happened,
why
yeah.
don't you just confess me here?
He couldn't believe that a woman could start her own
Exactly.
business. Yeah.
Right.
And that
So-
was what, 15 years ago?
Yeah, 15 years ago.
Has that changed?
I think so. I mean, so afterwards, every time I met somebody, a policymaker, anybody in power,
Yeah.
I told these stories. And, over and over, I said, at least 50% of consumers are women, and especially for products like mine,
Sure.
70-80% of consumers are women, and the evaluators are all men, and even buyers are, for lingerie buyers are men. So,
That's not a bad job. I wouldn't mind doing that. Yeah.
so it's just hard to understand why people would need this kind of product, and we have to have women in key positions like evaluations or buying positions,
Right.
merchandisers. So after a while, people, started telling me, I have a position for women. Now we have a lot of women.
Right.
We have certain quota set in
Uh-huh.
as a policy in the organization.
Okay.
So I kind of fight myself for having done something for women in Korea.
Yeah, no, I think you are possibly the most famous female entrepreneur in Korea. Let's talk about another aspect of business in Korea. Korea scene's a relationship-based culture. It's important to know people, to get to know people, to form these relationships. And a lot of that goes on after hours, on the golf course, in the bar, and so on. Were you part of that kind of scene as a woman?
Well, I have two boys, and
Yeah.
they're in the 9th and 10th grade. So as you can imagine, it was my rule to at least read them a story and put them to bed. So it was kind of my own self-designated role to go home, not to make appointments in the evening or on the weekends. So obviously you can't really imagine a woman, or imagine me having entertainment
Late
or
night drinks and whiskeys and so on.
with other people if you don't have dinner appointments, right?
Right.
So I was by choice, I was out of this networking advantage. Had I permitted myself, of course, it would have been a lot better in terms of growth of the company, the way we managed the company. But I don't regret. I wanted to be competitive with my product. I wanted to be competitive as a company itself, rather than just being competitive as a CEO drinking.
Gotcha. Okay, that's a different thing entirely. Right. Let's talk about the landscape for entrepreneurs and innovators like yourself. Again, this is a very top-heavy economy. It is dominated by the big boys. Do you think there's any change in attitude towards the creative economy? I'm particularly interested in things like access to capital, benchmarks and models, and just the regulatory environment for smaller companies to start growing bigger like yours. Has that changed since you started by mortgaging your own house?
I think so, especially with the President Park's creative economy. Well, I hope it actually works. I mean, there's a lot of talks, a lot of initiatives. It's just, I'm not really sure if it's bearing any fruit yet. Right. But I really hope it works and does good to the Korean economy. But at least a lot of entrepreneurs and venture business people, they get to get started. I mean, before even getting started.
They can access the capital now.
Exactly. Yeah. I think they have a lot more or better access, easier access to capital. So they don't have to mortgage their own home.
Well, Romi, thank you very, very much indeed for being on Bizline. I know you're extraordinarily busy waiting for the rollout of this big product. Good luck with that. And maybe if it does really take off, you better come back and talk to us again.
I will.
Okay, it's been a pleasure. Thank you very much.
Have you ever panicked being sick or having an emergency during the weekend when most of the pharmacies and hospitals are closed? App of the Week introduces Emergency Medical Information that provides real-time information on operation of medical institutions. Its biggest feature is that users can instantly check on the map the nearest pharmacy that is open. When you choose one, you can see its operating hours and phone number for immediate connection. In the middle of the night or early in the morning when pharmacies are closed, you can get guidance on the location of nearby emergency rooms. When there is an emergency, you can deal with it easily with this app.
Right now, the ICT industry is heavily focused on flexible displays and wearable devices. But to fully maximize the potential of these technologies, we also need flexible batteries. Now, obviously, research in this area is well underway, and in fact, Korean researchers have come up with the world's first flexible battery based on paper technologies. But how can paper materials and power sources be related? And when will this technology actually be ready to be commercialized?
The demand for batteries has gone up due to the widespread use of mobile and smart gadgets. Typical batteries come in rigid, stiff, and thick shapes. But they have evolved along with electronic and mobile innovations. The competition to make thinner and lighter electronics devices as their applications stretch to wearable and mobile functions has challenged the battery industry to come up with a nano-sized flexible power source. The new demand has accelerated the development and commercialization of flexible materials with battery and capacitor qualities. A local joint team of the state-run Korea Forest Research Institute and the Ulsan National Institute of Science and Technology has made technological breakthrough in the field by introducing the world's first flexible paper battery.
기존 종이 전지는 전극 혹은 분리막 거기 일부를 그 종이를 이용해서 도입해 보겠다 하는 약간의 좀 기초적인 수준에 머문 상황이었습니다. 근데 저희가 이번에 개발한 거는 그러니까 종이 중에서도 나노셀룰로스라고 하는 그거를 통해서 분리막이라는 소재를 만들었고 그 분리막과 전극을 일체형으로 만들었다는 점이 가장 큰 차이점이 되겠습니다.
The primary material is a nanofilament made out of cellulose, which is the major constituent of paper, each cut into 1/1000th of the molecular size.
보통 셀룰로스는 목재의 35에서 45%로 구성되어 있는 친환경 소재이기 때문에 지구상에서 가장 풍부한 그런 소재라고 할 수 있습니다. 친환경 소재로서 기계적인 무성이 아주 뛰어나고 화학적인 계질이 쉬워서 나노셀룰로스를 전자 소재로 활용했을 때 상당히 큰 장점이 있으며 특히 이온 전지 분리막으로 사용되었을 때 전해질 저줌성이라든가 이온 전도성이 상당히 높기 때문에 전자 배터리로 사용됐을 때 상당히 큰 장점이 있습니다.
On the sheet of these nanocellulose filaments, scientists pour fluid over to fill the gaps and create a paper-like nanomat based on a separator design. A flexible battery is made by having the thin nanomat coated with battery electrode materials with an anode and cathode capacity.
셀룰로스가 분산된 용액과 전극 물질이 분산된 용액을 일반적으로 종이를 만드는 공정하고 같은 감압 여과 공정을 통해서 순차적으로 내려서 만들게 되고요. 그렇게 이제 감압을 했을 때 물이 빠지면서 필름 형태의 종이가 얻어지게 됩니다.
The conventional lithium-ion battery contains layers of packages to hold the positive and negative electrodes, separators, and solutions. The carbon nanotube is free of metal charge collectors that sandwich traditional batteries and other hindrances so that ions flow more freely. The fiber materials adds flexibility. Rechargeable lithium batteries that have become the popular power source for portable electronic devices have recently caused concerns for safety, leading to explosions and fire from overheating. But with its unique one-dimensional structure and innate strength to outside pressure, the paper battery poses a safer, long-life battery alternative. Tests show that there is no loss in function even as the battery is folded in half and rolled up.
기존 전지 같은 경우는 양극 그리고 분리막, 음극을 서로 이제 별도로 제조된 거를 이제 쌓아서 만들게 되고요. 이렇게 돼서 서로 이제 세 개의 층이 다 이제 물리적으로 결합을 하고 있는 것이 아니기 때문에 굽히거나 휘었을 때 서로 이제 떨어지는 문제가 생길 수 있습니다. 그렇게 돼서 전기적 단락이 발생할 수 있고요. 분리막과 전극이 서로 일체화가 되어 있기 때문에 굽히거나 휘어도 전기적인 단락이 발생하지 않고 열에 노출되어도 안정하기 때문에 기존 전지 대비해서 이제 열적 안전성을 획기적으로 향상시켰다고 할 수 있습니다.
The paper battery can charge 3 times faster than the traditional lithium battery and also more than doubles the use of power. When fitted with a paper battery, wearable and portable devices may last for at least 2 hours more than conventional batteries.
기존 전지에는 금속 집전체라는 것이 반드시 필수적으로 들어가게 되어 있습니다. 금속 집전체는 전지 성능에는 기여하는 바가 아니거든요. 그런데 저희 전지는 금속 집전체가 없습니다. 없으니까 그 금속 집전체가 빠진 부피만큼 저희는 전극의 활물질을 더 많이 넣을 수가 있습니다. 그래서 그 용량만큼 더 증가가 돼서 저희가 계산을 해본 결과 기존 전지 대비 약 3배 이상의 그 높은 용량을 확인할 수가 있었고요. 그러니까 3배 이상 더 오래 쓸 수 있다는 얘기죠.
The flexible battery has been in high demand due to expansion in the wearable and portable market. Worldwide revenue for wearable electronics batteries is expected to reach $77 million by 2018, up nearly 120% from this year's levels. It is why the commercialization of the latest paper battery technology draws great interest.
굉장히 우수한 유연성을 확보했다는 것이고, 그런 측면에서 보면 다가오는 웨어러블 전자기기의 파워 소스로서 아주 유망하다고 볼 수 있겠고요. 이게 이제 상업화를 가기 위해서는 일단은 스케일업을 해야 되겠죠. 저희 거보다 지금 훨씬 더 큰 크기로 이거를 만들어야 될 것이고, 이 스케일업 하다 보면은 스케일업과 관련된 이제 공정상 문제들을 풀어야 될 것입니다.
The world's first bendable paper battery could be applied in various fields, not only in mobile electronic devices, but also to power electric vehicles due to its strong and environmentally friendly aspects.
현재 사용되고 있는 휴대폰, 노트북, 그다음에 파워툴, 그다음에 전기 자동차까지도 광범위한 분야에 다 사용이 될 수 있을 거라고 기대를 하고 있습니다. 전혀 다른 개념을 하나 저희가 선보임으로써 전지 개발하는 사람들에게 있어서 새로운 초이스를 자꾸 열어주는 거죠. 전지를 이렇게도 만들 수 있다, 이렇게도 만들 수 있다. 그래서 새로운 옵션을 준 플랫폼 테크놀로지라고 볼 수 있겠습니다.
A battery that bends and even rolls can not only change the global battery industry, but also our lifestyles with more lasting portable and easily rechargeable power in our hands.
Smartphones are connected to each other through GPS and through base stations, but technology does exist that allows two terminals to talk to each other without either of these technologies. However, a key limitation in this technology has always been distance. You could only use these at a very close range. That problem has now been overcome. But even so what? What is the use of this kind of technology and how can we use it to make our lives more convenient? Well, keep watching.
With the increase in smartphone usage, data transmission traffic has also been soaring. Device-to-device communications technology has come under the spotlight as a next-generation mobile communications technology that can ease the data traffic load of base stations. Let's find out more about D2D technology now. Mobile communications we currently use must go through a base station to communicate. Communications will fail in case base stations are damaged as a result of disaster or data transmission surges in certain situations. Then, what would happen if devices communicate directly with one another without using the cellular network infrastructure? We visited Electronics and Telecommunications Research Institute that has successfully demonstrated D2D communications for the first time in the world. Two devices are placed far from each other. Without going through a base station, they explore each other's locations and directly exchange data. The reason the two devices can directly communicate with each other like walkie-talkies is because they use LTE frequencies.
현재 사용되고 있는 직접 통신 기술에는 Wi-Fi Direct, Bluetooth, NFC 등이 있습니다. 이와 같은 기술들은 통신 거리나 속도 등에 있어서 차이가 있기 때문에 응용되는 분야에 있어서도 차이가 있습니다. LTE 기반 D2D 기술은 LTE 기술을 확장시킨 기술로서 전송 거리가 1km 정도 되기 때문에 다른 기술들에 비해서 통신 거리가 먼 장점들이 있고 또한 LTE 주파수를 사용하기 때문에 통신 품질이 보장되는 장점이 있습니다.
Bluetooth is the most frequently talked about example of D2D, but its communication distance is very short at 10 meters and it has a high false acceptance rate when there are multiple devices within the communications range. D2D technology that uses LTE frequencies has a communication range of 1 kilometer, significantly longer than other direct communications methods. It can also communicate even if there is a wall or an obstacle. Unlike the existing technologies, it does not affect the lifespan of the batteries. The biggest advantage of LTE D2D is that it can reduce the phenomenon of slowing communication speed caused by heavy traffic load of base stations. In LTE D2D communications, base stations do not carry data traffic. but they just authenticate and target smartphones and use information such as distance and location to determine whether D2D communications are properly taking place. Each device plays the role of a sort of a base station itself. Currently, devices are partly controlled through a base station in the form of controlling wireless resources. But from around next year, the technology is set to advance into a form that allows devices to directly communicate with one another without requiring any support from a base station. D2D has come under the spotlight as the core next-generation mobile communications technology. As it does not go through a base station, it has various advantages such as higher speed, stronger security, and lower communication service charges.
직접 통신 기술이 가장 유용하게 적용될 수 있는 분야는 모바일 광고 서비스 분야입니다. 사용자는 자신의 주위에 있는 상점으로부터 여러 가지 광고 정보나 할인 쿠폰 등을 실시간으로 수신할 수 있으며 이 정보를 이용하여 예약이나 구매를 진행할 수 있습니다. 또 다른 응용 분야로는 공공안전 분야입니다. 기죽이 설치되지 않는 지역이나 기죽이 파손된 재난 상황에서 경찰이나 소방관들이 단말간 직접 통신 기술을 이용하여 재난 구조 활동을 하는 데 이용할 수 있습니다.
In the recent World IT Show 2014, a location discovery service based on LTE D2D technology used in times of disaster has been unveiled for the first time in the world. KT and Samsung Electronics have jointly developed a location discovery service used during disasters. Using LTE frequencies from a smartphone that applied D2D discovery technology, we can find out the location of the target handset that is within a 500-meter radius. As the distance with the target narrows, alarms will go off in stages.
사용자 단말에서 반경 500m 내에 직접적으로 계속적인 구조 요청 신호를 송출하게 되고 구조원들은 이 직접적으로 전달되는 구조 요청 신호를 보고 신호 세기에 따라서 사용자의 대략 위치를 파악하게 됩니다. 그리고 사용자 중심으로 일정 반경 내에 구조원들이 도착하게 될 경우 사용자 단말에서 자동으로 알람을 울려줌으로써 구조원들은 사용자의 최종 위치를 파악해서 신속하게 구조할 수 있게 되는 서비스입니다.
This is the latest technology that has not yet seen a service model in the world. 3GPP is seeking to standardize this technology with the goal of completing it by the end of this year.
좀 더 큰 용량의 데이터를 단말끼리 직접 주고받을 수 있는 그런 기술을 개발하여 재난 상황에 적용할 예정이고요. 재난 상황뿐만 아니라 소셜이나 광고, 스포츠 등의 다양한 분야에 이 LTE D2D 기술을 활용할 예정입니다.
Aside from them, there are infinite services LTE D2D can create, such as advertisement services linking stores in proximity, direct communications between vehicles, and direct communications between robots.
디바이스 투 디바이스를 사용하게 되면 이 근거리에 있는 것들은 전혀 인터넷과 관계없이 자유자재로 내 안에 있는, 그러니까 우리 회사 안에 있는 혹은 우리 구역 안에 있는 네트워크를 구성할 수 있어서, 그리고 또 이동이 자유스럽지 않습니까? 이 근거리에서 이런 여러 가지 면에서 많이 사용되어 있을 거라고 보고 있고요. 그 사물 인터넷이 구현되기 위해서는 이런 D2D 기술 같은 것들은 아주 필수적이라고 봅니다. 앞으로는 사물 인터넷 시대가 되면 이 근거리에 있는 것들은 다 직접 통신인 이런 D2D를 사용하게 될 것이고, 그리고 원거리에 있는 것들이 주로 인터넷 사용하는 그런 환경으로 변할 거라고 생각됩니다.
D2D technology is the key to the next generation mobile service that directly connects devices. With its diverse and convenient services, it is rising as a new growth engine that will further broaden the mobile service market.
South Korea's 20th century development story is a particularly remarkable one because this is a country which rose from poverty to prosperity without possessing any significant natural resources. North Korea, however, is almost the opposite case. North Korea is a country whose economy has stagnated disastrously, even though it possesses a wealth of natural resources. The problem for North Korea is, of course, that many of these treasures are buried deep underground. So, what exactly are North Korea's natural resources and how far have they been exploited?
Despite years of international sanctions and cutoff in aid, North Korea has somehow muddled along. Its weapons program is strong as ever. North Korea is known to be sitting on a bulk of mineral deposits, and it has not even begun to really explore them yet. Pyongyang has been eager in natural resources development because it can help its economy turn around once it is free to export natural resources, and not just to China once trade sanctions are lifted. As a part of efforts to save the crippled economy, North Korea has been trying to draw foreign investment and tourists. Development of natural deposits would also become an important driver in the economic revival plan. Exports to China have surged as the country remains North Korea's primary external trade partner amid international sanctions. Natural resources shipment reaches $1.8 billion a year, taking up nearly 70% of total exports to China.
지금 최근에 이제 유엔 제재가 있고 그 남북 간에는 또 오이사 조치가 있지 않습니까? 그러다 보니까 이 북한이 달리 외화를 벌어들일 그런 이제 이 수단이 마땅치 않습니다. 그래서 북한은 이제 자국의 풍부한 그 지하 자원을 애국에 수출을 하려고 많은 노력을 하고 있고 그 대표적인 나라가 중국입니다. 중국이 이 북한하고 무역이 이제 전체 무역의 대부분을 차지하고 있고.
Minerals and other underground deposits are a main legitimate source of foreign capital. So how big a gold mine is North Korea sitting on? According to Seoul-based North Korea Resource Institute, the rocky terrain along the northern side of the Korean peninsula is home to more than 200 different minerals, including magnesite, iron ore, and copper. They are worth nearly $6 trillion. Mother Nature's gifts are spread out across 80% of North Korean territory. The country's reserves and 8 types of minerals produced from over 200 mines in the country are among the world's 10 largest.
북한에는 약 한 220종의 지하 자원이 보존하고 있다고 합니다. 그 중에서 개발 경제성 있는 것도 한 20여 종 이상 되는데 그 중에서 주목해야 될 게 철강석이랄지 마그네사이트. 마그네사이트는 세계 3위 매장량을 갖고 있기 때문에 중요한 자원이죠.
What interests us more than the iron ore and magnesite is its rich reserves of rare earth metals. These minerals go into smartphones and displays, cars, semiconductors, and even airplanes and missiles.
히토리는 잘 알다시피 우리가 산업의 비타민이라고 이야기합니다. 그래서 그 종류가 란타늄에서 이트리움까지 한 17개 금속 원소가 되는데 이들이 이제 열적으로도 안정돼 있고 또 전기적으로도 굉장히 안정돼 있어요. 그래서 이게 반도체랄지 자동차랄지 산업 수에 안 쓰이는 데가 없는 정도로 굉장히 중요한 자원입니다.
These elements help many technologies perform in greater efficiency in energy, cost, and stability. They have become a primary source for advanced application and environmentally friendly technologies. China has the world's largest deposits of these rich elements, and North Korea is next. Early this year, 노동신문 carried a feature article boasting the value of rare minerals hidden beneath North Korea's uplands.
북한이 어느 정도 생산 기반 시설을 갖추고 생산만 할 수 있다면 북한 경제에서 굉장히 중요한 역할을 하고 또 세계 히토리 시장에서도 큰 롤을 맡게 될 수 있는 중요한 자원이라고 볼 수 있겠죠.
But so far, North Korea is literally sitting on this gold mine. It does not have the facility and technology for exploitation and manufacturing. It also lacks electricity and oil to power machinery and facilities for mining. Most of the development rights have been handed over to foreign capital.
세계적으로 중국도 그렇고 미국도 그렇고 각자 자기네 땅 안에 있는 히토류는 절대로 어쨌든 좀 안 쓰고 늦게까지 보존을 하고 어디 외부에서 이제 좀 싼 거 사다가 쓰려고 하기 때문에 전 세계가 지금 북한에 주목하고 있는 거죠.
4 countries, China, Japan, the United States, and Britain, are involved in over 36 resource developments in North Korea. Of 27 ongoing mining developments, China has licensed to 20. Pyongyang has given Chinese companies a 50-year license to develop and use Musan Mine, the region's largest open-air iron mine with an estimated reserve of 3 billion tons of ore.
실질적으로 그 장비가 굉장히 노후화돼 있고 설비가 굉장히 열악합니다. 그래서 지금 현재 이제 북한의 중국으로부터 장비부터 시작을 해가지고 설비가 상당 부분 들어와서 채굴을 하고 있고 그것이 이제 중국으로 유출되고 있는 상황입니다. 그러니까 북한의 입장에서 봤을 때는 자체적으로 할 수 없는 부분들을 중국을 통해서 이제 매장돼 있는 광산물을 지금 채굴하고 있는 상황이고 중국의 입장에서는 이제 헐값에 싼 값에 광산물을 가질 수 있다는 점에서 어떻게 보면 북중 간의 어떤 이해관계가 상당 부분 또 맞는 부분이 있다고 할 수 있겠습니다.
Although blessed with rich natural resources, North Korea relies on foreign capital to access its valuable assets due to a lack of capital and technology. If it continues to let foreign companies help themselves, it would find itself one day barren.
자본이 들어와서 뭔가 개발을 한다고 하면 그 덕에 전기가 끊어지지 않고 불을 보고 살고 뭐 쌀이 들어오고 그러니까 그거 그러니까 있는 거 다 내주는 경우가 굉장히 많은 거죠. 근데 그게 꼭 북한이라는 국가 전체 차원에서 국가적으로 이익이 되는 방식으로 하느냐 그렇지 않습니다. 외국 자본에 유리하게 일이 진행되는 경우는 일상적으로 있는 거죠.
North Korea is desperate for foreign capital to feed its people and to prevent a collapse of its economy. But it must come up with a more long-term and lasting outline to protect and use its valuable natural assets.
And that's all we have time for on Bizline this week. But do join us again next week because we're heading down to the G-Star Expo in Busan, where we'll be looking at all the latest trends in electronic gaming around the world. And of course, we'll also be right here in Seoul. And Seoul, of course, is a city which has become a world-class metropolis in an incredibly narrow time frame. Now, it's passing on its development experience to other cities around the world. What kind of lessons are being handed out? We'll find out next time. But that's all for now. I'm Andrew Salmon. This was Bizline. Thank you for watching. Goodbye.